Oops. Sorry if I sound super congested, it's because I'm super congested because I have a little bit of a cold, so bear with me. What I have in this box, some people may think it's just a toy, but to me, it's my childhood. There's a lot of memories behind all of these. I'm not gonna go through all of these, but we'll pick a couple out. I think we should just... really hope that was in frame. That's a lot. Yeah, we got all of them. All right, so out of this box, out of that box, I picked out a few, and there's a reason why these aren't set up. It's because these are really important to me, and I just want to save them, hopefully mount them on my wall one day. I've been saying that about these for a very long time. But for now, I just keep them as memories, and I look at them from time to time and reminisce about the past. So what I hold in my hand, those are all my completes. So I'm gonna start with all the boards that are completely set up, and then I'm gonna get to the ones I showed you earlier. So let's get to my main setups first. My daily drivers. This one is a 32mm offal deck. It's the high mold. There is Teak tuning tape on it. The bushings are Teak tuning 61A bubble bushings, Black River trucks, and Maple Ultra 3.0 wheels. And they have a really cool white and blue swirl. My second main setup is this Collier deck. It's the come on, Jake. This is the rural mold, and this graphic is called Gold Flowers. I have black velvet tape on it from the Fingerboard connoisseur, 32mm dynamic trucks with the black base plate, and these are the special edition Kingpin trucks, base plate, special edition dynamic trucks. Yes, and we have Teak tuning 61A bubble bushings and maple bull wheels. So these are my two main setups. I love these so much. I bring them everywhere. Yeah, let's get into the rest of them. Okay, we'll start with this one. This is a Yellowwood complete, almost complete. The bushings are different and the tape's different, but everything else is Yellowwood. I just got this for Christmas and it's January 1st, so a couple days ago. This is a 32mm, I forgot the graphic. Let me pull it up. Yellowwood decks. Here it is, Rebel. Can you see it? Rebel, there you go. 32mm wide trucks with red base plates, so it perfectly matches the deck. The top bushing is a Teak tuning O-ring, and the bottom bushing is a bubble bushing. And we have some Y wheels, and they have an awesome design. Look at those, those are sweet. So I know I just got this, but I've been using it a lot, and I love it. I love Yellowwood. Okay, so we did the Yellowwood complete. Now I think we should do this. This is a Berlinwood complete. Almost, again, Teak tuning, but it has rip tape, Black River trucks, the wheels it came with, and the Berlinwood. I haven't had a chance to use this a whole lot, but maybe I should start. Let's see, this one. So I would say this one is another one of my main setups. I've brought it to several events, and I love this deck. This is a 34mm Collier deck in the urban mold, 34mm dynamic trucks, Teak tuning bubble bushings. I forgot which one, like the 51A, 61A, 71A, I'm pretty sure they're the 61A. And then these Maple Ultra 3.0 wheels. And then for the tape, I believe it's black velvet. This setup's amazing, and when I want to ride 34mm, I'll pick this one up. I'm kind of into 32mm, 33mm at the moment. I don't know, I go back and forth. So when I'm into 34s, pick this up, use it. Collier's amazing. If you don't have one, you should try one. Shout out to Christian and shout out to Jude. You guys are amazing. Let's stick with the Colliers. This is a 33mm Collier deck. This is the rural mold. There's black velvet on here. 32mm Black River trucks, gold hangers, black base plates, Teak tuning bubble bushings. I think they're 61A. And then flat face G8 wheels. And then what's really cool about this deck is the graphic is, can you tell? It sparkles. Same with this one, it sparkles. I really hope you could tell, but these two are awesome. They both sparkle. Colliers, you gotta try Collier. They're amazing. And then these next two are Bull God completes. This one is the old school shape. It's really cool. It's like a cruiser or a bull shape. See if you can tell right, oh, that's awesome. Yeah, this one's a lot of fun. And then another Bull God complete. If you haven't seen my review on TikTok or YouTube Shorts or Instagram Reels, you should check it out. These two are awesome. You should check out Bull God. I have 3 Teak tuning prolific series completes. This one's a 34. 32, and another 32. These 3 actually came in the $50 mystery bundle, so if you haven't checked that video out, you should check it out. It's on TikTok. and I think it's just on TikTok. Cool. Let's do this one. This is a unique. It's a 34 millimeter. It's in the juvie shape, black velvet tape, teak tuning bubble bushings, and I did something cool with the bushings. This one's got a pink one on the top, white one on the bottom, and on this side, white on the top, pink on the bottom. And then these black maple bull wheels, Black River trucks, 34 millimeter, and this is a super clean setup. Okay, we're almost done. This next one is an LC boards complete. I did an unboxing for it. It's a couple videos down. You should check it out. It's a great complete, and here's the shape. Love it. Second to last one is this 28.5 millimeter flat face G15, 29 millimeter BRTs, flat face wheels, FBS tape, and Teak Tuning 71A bubble bushings. I recently got this at the Flat Face Rendezvous 34. I made a video on it. If you haven't checked that out, it's a couple videos down. Check it out, it's a great video. But yeah, this thing's great. Here's the shape. I normally don't ride this thin of a board, but when I'm wanting just to change it up a little bit, I'll pick this up and it's a lot of fun. This last one. When I went to Flat Face Rendezvous 34, I went up to Maine and I found this toy store and I just, went in, see if I can pick up a gift for my brother. And I saw this and I was like, I need it. This thing is so fun. It's really hard to use, but I mean, I've done a couple tricks on it and it's great. So these were the completes. I love all of these boards, but let's move on to the ones that aren't set up and the ones that hold a very special place in my heart. Okay, so I have 10 boards. I'm gonna try not to bore you, but there's a reason why these aren't set up and that I just wanna keep these forever. So before I started fingerboarding, I used a scooter. One day, it was towards the end of 2017, and I was at Jakepfb with my friend Deaton. So we get our food, we sit down, and my friend reaches into his backpack and he grabs out a fingerboard. And he does a kickflip, and it was so high off the ground. Does the kickflip, lands it, rolls away, and my jaw dropped. I was like, that was the coolest thing I've ever seen. He reaches into his backpack and he pulls out another fingerboard. It's a broken knuckle complete, and he hands it to me. And he's like, you can keep this. I cannot explain how excited I was. It was like, I don't know, I was just excited. So like I said before, I used a scooter, and there's a bunch of different scooter companies. So I asked him, I'm like, what kind of fingerboard do you have? And he said, a tricky fingerboard. And I'm like, tricky fingerboard, okay. And he told me the fingerboard I had wasn't a tricky fingerboard. And I was like, that's fine, at least I have a fingerboard. But I knew eventually I wanted a tricky fingerboard. So that's what I have here. This is my first tricky fingerboard. It's not my first wooden fingerboard because I had 2 broken knuckle completes before this one. This was my dream deck at the time. And Tricky Fingerboards, he's based out of Texas. You can see the Texas state right there on the stamp. And it's just a blank graphic, but this was such a great board. And I don't ever want to get rid of it. I'm gonna keep it forever. If you haven't checked out Tricky Fingerboards, here's their Instagram. Shout out Tricky Fingerboards. So I stashed that board for a few months, and then I tried Catfish, I tried Collier, I tried Stacked, and then I was at a SoCal G8 sessions, and I saw the owner of Blacklist, and he was selling some boards, and I picked one up, and that was this one. The graphic is blue, and where the B/L is, it's a 2-tone. So when I saw that, I'm like, I want that one. And that same night I got this board, I set it up and I loved it. I was posting clips on it and the owner was like, hey, want to ride for Blacklist? And I was like, yeah. So I rode for Blacklist for a while and I got several other boards that I still have that are in this box. A few months after I joined the team, they released my Pro Graphic. So here they are. Focus camera. So it's like a video game themed, and I still look at these and I'm like, my name's on a fingerboard. Like, that's amazing. My last name doesn't start with a P. It's my middle initial. It says Jake Sims on the top, and it says Blacklist down there, and here's the graphic. Get a close up. This was my Pro Graphic in 2018. I have a brand new one that I've never used, or I used it for a little bit. I just doesn't look like I used it. And then I used this one for a long time, and then I want to hang these up eventually, used and new. Huge shout out to Blacklist, Tom and Ryan. You guys are amazing. I go through my fingerboard collection and I just look at these sometimes. So if you haven't checked out Blacklist yet, seriously, You gotta check out Blacklist. Okay, I gotta put these down. The memories, the memories. So after that, I left Blacklist. There was no reason why I left Blacklist. I think I was 16, 15 or 16 at the time. So I was a young kid. I'm still a young kid, I'm 21. But I don't know why I left Blacklist. And I think afterwards I was like, why did I do that? Then after I left, I started getting close with Jared from Sponsor Me Tape and was using his tape, and he was making decks, and he still does. They're called Decatur decks, and that's what this one is. This wasn't my first one. This was my first one right here. So I can't remember if this one was given to me or if I bought it, or I forgot. Sorry, Jared, if you're watching this. It was a few years ago. Sorry. But either way, got my hands on this board, and look at that. Want to ride for Decatur. I was so hyped when he asked me because, first off, I love Jared. I love Sponsor Me Tape. I love Decatur decks. I love backer bushings. Those are all his companies, by the way. So I was a big fan of Jared, and I still am. So when he asked me if I wanted to ride for his deck company, I was like, yeah, because I love the boards, and Jared's an awesome dude, and I was a fan, and I still am a fan. I sound weird? Probably. So I was on Decatur. I was having a great time, and I was like, I kind of want to start making boards. So I started making boards. I bought a mold, did the research of what to do and how to do it. What I'm going to show you isn't my first board that I made, but this was probably one of the best ones I've made. So here's the shape. Kicks are pretty high, concave, pretty high, maple top ply, and this is why it's one of my favorites that I made. It's a split ply, and when I took this out of the mold, I was just like, that looks really cool. All right, we have a few boards left. Later that year, we're talking 2019, I went to my first ever flat face rendezvous. When I went out there, I picked up this board. This is a flat face G15. I almost didn't want to set this up because, you know, this could be like a souvenir from Dracut, Massachusetts. I live in California, flew all the way to Massachusetts. That's pretty far. So I ended up setting it up, and yeah, I loved it. But then a few months down the road, some personal things happened, and I was like, I don't want a fingerboard. I don't want anything to do with it. So I left Decatur, and I didn't fingerboard for a while. So about a year and a half later, I was home a lot, and I was like, maybe I should try fingerboarding again, just to, you know, pass the time. It was fun. Maybe I can pick it up again. So the first company that popped up into my mind was Collier, and that's what this one is. This is a 34mm Collier deck. It's in the urban mold. It said Collier right here, and you can hardly tell it says Collier. I fell in love with the shape of this board. I love watching Collier Decks YouTube videos and Chubby Muffins videos. I love Christian, I love Jude, and I love the company of Collier. I'm gonna continue to use their boards and support the company. So after I got back into fingerboarding, I was like, maybe I should try making TikTok videos and YouTube videos. I would always watch Kelsey Fingerboards, Chubby Muffin, Collier Decks. I would just love watching their videos, and I was like, I want to try that. So I did an unboxing video on my TikTok, and it's a YouTube short too, and I think it's on my Instagram too. And it was of this board. This is a 32mm awful deck. It's in the high mold, and this is the FB Christopher signature deck. I used this board for like 3 months, and I was like, this is an amazing shape. I love the graphic. I got to meet the company owner, Dylan. He's an awesome dude. And Chris too. Chris is my friend. And we just dropped a collab edit on Instagram. We did like the, you know, collaborate thing. He posted it, then I can repost it. So you should check that out. Here's Chris's Instagram. Here's my Instagram. Here's Awful's Instagram. So like I said previously, I went to the Flat Face Rendezvous in 2019, and I got to go back actually, well, it's January 1st, so I got to go back last year, and I brought this board with me, and while I was there, I picked up this one. It's a flat face G15 with an awesome two-tone bottom ply. So I definitely plan to go back to more of the flat face rendezvous, and I have a thing now, a tradition, where every time I go to the flat face rendezvous, I'll pick up a flat face board. I know they just dropped the G16, so maybe, you know, maybe I'll go this year and pick up a G16. So I've been to 2 flat face rendezvous, Rendezvous 30 and Rendezvous 34, and I've got souvenirs from them. Okay. We are done. So this has been my fingerboard collection video. I'm not selling any of these. I'm not trading any of them. And no, I'm not gonna give any away, because if I gave one person one, I'd have to give everybody one. But if you enjoyed this video, let me know in the comments, and maybe I can do a ramps collection video. That's pretty much it. And Happy New Year. January 1st, I'm pumped for 2024. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.